Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. My name is Lindsay, and this is Life.W.Lindsay. Let's peep the shirt. Racism does suck. Oddly enough, not oddly enough, it was quite intentional. I wore this shirt today with the matching succulent earrings to go buy some plants. That's not why we're here. If you guys want to hear more about that adventure, let me know down below. So, I have a very interesting video for you guys today. I'm going to share with you... She is definitely not asleep, if you can't tell. So I'm going to share with you guys, a friend of mine actually just started his own business, and I am going to share some of his pieces with you guys and give you all the information on how you can get your hands on some of your own. Let's not... My hair's a mess. It's dry today, though. I feel like every time I do a video, my hair's wet, and I'm like... Anyway, so before we get into it, I have a fan. It's over here today because it's plugged in. My tiny human is very much awake. My husband is in the room, so you might hear husband noises. I don't usually do a front-facing video for a product type of review, but you guys, this is good stuff. So, my friend Kevin, he has like a real day job, but in all of his free time, he has an entire full wood shop in his basement. He has been creating things from large pieces of furniture to earrings and everything in between. So we were talking the one day, he created a box for my husband. It is part of a, how do I want to describe it? If you want to use a custom pop to ask somebody to marry you, to go to prom, to be in your wedding, things like that, a special occasion box. And I'll insert a photo of it here. He created that for my husband.
You want to grab it?
No, it's fine. I'll just put the... That's my husband in the background in case you guys can't hear him. And he also created a display stand for my husband for his very first pop, which he put on his Instagram. And I'll leave everything I'm discussing down below. So I was talking to him and he was trying to figure out like what he could do with some of these smaller scraps that he had that were just taking up space, but he couldn't think of project ideas. And I said, well, you know, for shits and giggles, if you're trying to do something, you should look into diamond painting pens. And he's like, okay, what's that? So I gave him the rundown on what diamond painting was and diamond painting pens and all that stuff. So he messaged me, and I thought he was going to message me to ask me a question. And he's like, how do these look? And there were a slew of pens. And I was like, whoa, okay, we just talked about this. So in, I think it was like 2 days, he made a whole slew of pens. If you guys can't tell by my face, I'm super, super excited about this. So, I'm just going to show you guys some pens. Just a few pens.
We thought he was bringing one.
Yeah, we thought he was bringing like 1 or 2 pens, and then he brought out like a whole carrying case full of pens. Like, no joke, you guys. Which he also made subsequently. None of these have tips in them yet. I'm going to be playing around with all of these. My hope is today, tomorrow, the next 2 days, things like that. But I do have one that I have been playing around, and that one does have tips, and I will show that one to you guys at the end. So, primarily, these are from wood scraps that he has in his wood shop. There are a few that are poured resin, because he also works with resin, and then I believe there's one that is a combination. So, he sent these to me. I mean, he didn't send them. He literally dropped them off on our doorstep. And, like, when I tell you, like, this is, like, a real-life friend who is local to me. He and his wife are actually going to be coming over tomorrow to sit in our driveway and have a bonfire. So I'm really excited. Shout out to you guys. Hey. But he has done, you can see, drastic different shapes and sizes. Clearly Briar has something to say about it. I'm sure he could tell you exactly what wood everything is that he sent me to play with. But I don't have that, so I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of what he has. So, this is the first one. He did this one completely unpolished. It is fully sanded. It is really comfortable. And he was telling me he thought it would be nice if somebody wanted to use it down here. But it could also be really comfortable if you wanted to use it further up. So, it's very ergonomical and super, super nice. And you will see they vary in length and thickness. Everybody has their own preferences. And he's just trying to get a hang of what's out there, what people like, things like that. So for all you chonky pen lovers, this one is a little bit shorter. You can see the difference in length here. That's probably a good inch difference in length. This one has a much wider midsection, not unlike myself. It's super nice. And again, you can hold it here or you can hold it a little bit lower if you want more control. Both sides are drilled out for tips. Prior to him turning any of these, he had never seen a diamond painting pen in his life. He looked them up online, but he's never held one. So I have a bag of tips for him and a couple multi-placers for him so that he can put them in the pens he is creating for you guys. So let's see. This one is another one. Again, a little bit on the thicker side, a little bit bigger than this one in terms of length. But this is a very basic, like 4-bump shape. Really, really nicely sanded. Super, super nice. You guys, when I tell you, like, he just lives in his wood shop. And it's not even his paid job. But he's currently working from home, like so many of us are. And he's had the luxury of being able to just go down in his basement. Now, I have baked Christmas cookies with his wife. I haven't done it since the baby was born. But we did it for a couple years. And even then, he was always in his wood shop. So, you know, he's quite talented. So here is another piece. This one has like the natural banding on it. You can see, again, pretty simple in shape. Again, this one is a little bit thinner than the other ones. Probably about the same length. Yep. About the same length as this one. This one's still the shortest. Look, shorties need love too. You know, if you guys didn't know, I'm short. I'm not like pocket size short, but I'm short. And my husband's tall. And there's 13 inches between the two of us. So, fun fact. I love this one. This one is such a good thickness for me. I tend to personally enjoy the thinner pens. Obviously not the super thin pens that come in the kits. But I love this. And I think, if I'm correct, because I'm looking at it here, I want to say, where are you, camera? That there is resin in that as well. Which is absolutely possible that he had a scrap of wood that he filled in with some resin and then just turned it. So I did have somebody ask me, does he just do wooden? And I said he does wooden and he does resin. Not 100% sure, but I believe the majority of everything that he's going to be listing and turning are going to be wood or wood hybrids. Which I think is super unique because I feel like there's so many shops out there that do poured resin, which is great. I love resin pens. You guys know I'm like obsessed with my Lazy River pens. But it's nice when you find new small shops to support. And I can tell you this is a real life person with a real life house and a real life wife and a real life cat, like real life issues. So I know if you make a purchase from him, he's doing a real life dance as opposed to buying a pen off of Amazon or from Diamond Art Club, things like that. All hand-turned pen turners are doing a happy dance when you're buying them. Let's just make that clear. All handmade anything is doing the happy dance. So anyway, I'm really excited for this one. So in terms of, you can see the difference in thickness between, this is going to be my short chunky one to show you guys for reference. But these are beautiful. They're beautiful, and they're so lightweight because they're wood. Here is a little bit more of a fancy turn. These are so beautifully done. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever worked in a wood shop. I actually was heavily involved in wood shop when I was in high school. This is so beautiful. Like, I can tell you, there's no nicks or like in the ridges. Everything's really smooth. And before anyone asks, no, it's not uncomfortable to hold it in the gripped end. You can hold it above it depending on what your hand style is. And then down here, super smooth. Like this is, it feels almost like plastic. That's how smooth it is. I know it's not plastic, but again, in terms of size, like here's the big one. You can see this one's a little bit shorter. So this one is one of the longer pens that he has. And I will say, no two pens are ever going to be the same. I can't even guarantee you that they're going to be from the same cut of wood because everything just varies. It depends on what he has available. He also has a YouTube channel, which I will link down below, and an Etsy shop that he just launched. As of the time of this filming, he had one pen left in his shop. Make sure you favorite it, you guys, because as he turns more pens, he's going to add them up there. This is another hybrid pen. You can see, you can see there's where the resin is in here. Don't mind my nails. Again, this one is super light. I like the thickness of this as well. It feels comfortable on either end. You know, some pens, they turn them so they're really only comfortable down on one end. And I guess that would be the end most people do with their single placer because that's what they use the most. I mean, most people, I guess. I don't know. I'm not out here surveying. But this is one of the... Did that just make you chuckle? Oh, that was her. But you can see similar in thickness to this one, similar in length to this one. So it was really funny when I was talking to him. He's like, oh yeah, I found all the dimensions online. And I was like, oh. So, if I'm not mistaken, this one is all resin. It has blues and different shades of red, pink, orange, whatever you want to call this. It's beautiful. Look how much it shines in camera. Yes, I know there's a ring light reflecting off of it. This one, because it is resin, does have more heft to it than the wooden ones. But again, super, super comfortable. And I'm going to be putting tips into these to play around with. And then if these are up for sale, which I don't quote me on any of that, then he can put in the appropriate size tips, because I am just going to swap out some of the tips that I have already that I use. You know, I don't want to send him home with a used tip. I love this one. The simplicity of this, it reminds me of Tiger's Eye. If you guys are into anything metaphysical, it's beautiful. And again, very smooth, very comfortable. I am super excited to see what he comes up with next. So I'm going to just stick these back on. And then he just literally took a block and some dowel rods, which I'm aware when there are tips in these, you can't store them like this. But I have a really great, I think it's marketed as a nail brush holder or a makeup brush holder, but it works really, really well. My husband actually has one for all of his artwork, his art utensils. So his knives, his paintbrushes, things like that. So this one is a chunky little one here. It is a wood hybrid mixture. It does have a single tip and a 14 placer in it, and I've been playing around with it. This one is mine. You cannot have it, and you'll see why. So he hand did my name inside, and then he cast it. You can see that it's carved into these two pieces of wood, and then he cast it in some resin, and then he turned it. This pen is a chunky pen, so if you like big chunky pens, he's got you covered. My suspicion is he's going to do a variety of different shapes, sizes, thicknesses, different things like that. Because I think there's two schools of people, and let me know if you fall into this as well. There are the people who thrive on repetitiveness, doing the same thing. It can be, you know, slightly different, but doing the same thing over and over again, it gives them comfort. Those are the people who can eat the same thing every single day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or who can eat the same lunch for 20 years and never get bored of it. And then you have the other people who they need to switch things up all the time, or they're just going to get bored. They're going to move on. That's why I think so many people enjoy diamond painting, because when you're done one canvas, you go do another. Yes, there are people out there who do the same canvas twice. Yes, there are people out there who do the same image more than once. And I have already said there's a certain image I would do again, but now that I think about it, saying it out loud, I probably wouldn't. But I think I definitely fall into the I need to change things up more often. My mom is one of those people that she's a creature of habit for certain things. Like she could eat this, she does so does your mom, eat the same thing every single day for lunch. And if you take her out to lunch, it's like, what do I get? You know? So, I love this. You guys, if this isn't an indication of how insanely talented Kevin is,
check out his YouTube page.
yeah, I'm going to leave it down below. He just cut down a tree in somebody's yard, and he made it look like this was the easiest thing ever. And, like, Kevin's not, like, this giant, like, brooding dude, and it was just him and one other guy chopping this tree up and loading it in the truck, and it was pretty cool to watch. But he also has a video on how he made some shamrock earrings out of leftover resin, using his scroll saw. He has so many pieces of equipment in his wood shop, and it is all in his house. And I am so incredibly thankful that he gave me an opportunity to check out his pens and to share that with you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I will leave all of the information for Kevin, his Facebook, his Instagram, his Etsy shop. Please be patient with him as he is just starting to build this all up. He has a Facebook that you can follow for his company, which is called Kevin's Kreations. I hope I mentioned that already. Probably didn't. All over the place. Hot Mess Express. I know somebody's watching this back going, choo choo. You're my people. You're my people. So, Kevin, thank you again for the opportunity to check out your pens and to share them with my friends here on YouTube land. And I will be posting some photos on Instagram as well. If you are in my Facebook group, I already posted about Kevin's, and one of his pens sold within a few minutes of me posting that. So, like I said, I'm just here to turn you guys on to a new pen turner. And he does other things. So if there's something else that he lists in his shop, by all means, go check it out. Check out his YouTube channel. Give him some love. He's awesome. Him and his wife are just, they're some of the people that we adore most in this world. And I'm really, really excited that he's doing, well, little things, but in a big way. So thank you guys for being here. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it 2 thumbs up. One real life, one virtual. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Come, join the Sparkle Squad. And while you're there, hit that notification bell.
Dang.
Be notified anytime I upload a video. I do not operate on any sort of schedule. I operate on toddler standard time. I record while she is sleeping, or like today, sleeping. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys!